Hello, my lovely. So, welcome back to Do We Live with your girl, yours truly, Mia Nadra. As I get ready to share this message for the sacral chakra, just a few things that were on my mind this morning. Lately, I've been on my TikTok discussing things about what I do, things that kind of weird me out being a massage therapist. Both speaking, in regards to other massage therapists here, I have some Palo Santo. And one of the things that I ended up posting in a story that was for IG was comparisons. And for whatever reason, it is something that is still very much on my mind because it's like, why are we comparing ourselves? That is something I have dealt with. I'm glad to say that I have come a long way from comparing myself, and not in a negative way. Like I'm just not that person. Like I'm never gonna be like, oh, why her type situation. It's more like when is it my turn? And so I've switched that narrative or that thought instead of always saying like, oh, when is it my turn, to like, I'm next, and being excited. So comparison in a way that it will make me anxious and worried that I wasn't doing what I need to do. Lavender, rose, vanilla. It's my absolute favorite from Vita Pour. Okay. Vita Pour tea here in Greensboro on State Street. I love to get a lot of my tea. I like to step in. They've got these amazing vegan macaroons. Okay, I'm kind of leaping. But comparison in that it used to make me anxious because it made me think not negative of someone else. And that happens. It's not always that you hating because the next one is rising. That's not my show. The way my mother raised me, it was just like, you should never be green of anyone because you don't know what people have been through or going through to get and maintain it. And it's true. You don't know everyone's story, and not everyone shares that. However, I'm a little bit more transparent in my life. So I share things because I want to be able to relate to people in the way that people relate with me, vice versa. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it would put me in this energy of being anxious and worried, like maybe, time is passing and I'm not moving. A lot of that was due to my own self-sabotage and procrastination. And you got to sit with yourself to find out, like, what role are you playing in your own demise or in your own self holding yourself back, stagnation. And that, for me, that's what it was, coming out of that energy in the last few years of recognizing like where I need to be more responsible for the stories that I'm telling myself that may not necessarily be true. So yeah, like comparison, I mean, it aggravates me when I hear people do it. But there's nothing wrong with being proud of your accomplishments. Like, by all means, I don't mean like that. I'm not referring to people who, share their successes in a very humbling and grateful way that inspires, uplifts, and encourages others. I'm talking about more so those who do it from a place of like boasting and bragging, or hyping themselves up in that way, whether directly, indirectly, discreet, however you want to call it. But yeah, for me, again, it was just moving past the things that I was telling myself as to why I didn't feel like I was rising to my own occasions and potential and tapping in truly to what mattered most. And I've come a long way. Like, I'm not where I want to be yet. And I'm grateful for all the things that I have experienced that has me to this point now. So I get excited, about that. I don't want much. but to change the world. Come on, Pinky in the Brain. If you know, you know. So, again, welcome back to Do Be Live. If you are just, if you've stumbled across this because you're scrolling and you see something and you're like, let me, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I appreciate all of you who are taking the time to watch the stories, do the review the messages and whatnot. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And I just really, really love doing what I do to help others. So this sacral chakra message has been sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. And life has been busy. And even now I was just looking for a cop out. Not because I can't do it, but that's that energy of procrastination. So basically, don't be comparing yourselves to other people. Pay attention to why you feel a need to compare. Worry about why you worried. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because, we all can do and be whatever it is that we want. It's the narrative and the paradigms that you choose to operate and live from that creates your reality. You create your own experiences. You really do. Whether you are consciously aware or subconsciously aware of it, you are. And we could go on because I'm heavy in with the metaphysics. But we're not. We're going to get into this message. So, like I said, I'm using a new deck. It is the Art of Energy deck. Yeah. I love that deck. Hold on, you guys. I love that deck. I need to get the book by Amy and Sky. Okay, so I don't even remember if I posted their information, but I'm going to do it in this one. So, yeah, they're really, really dope. I love the artwork. I love the messages. I love how it's been helping me to self-reflect and transcend these waters in my current ascension process. So let's get into the planetary energy, astrological energies. So we had Scorpio come out. We had the 4th house come out. And we had Mars. So I'm going to put it in order. We had... There we go. So we had Mars, 4th house, and Scorpio come out. This probably not going to be straight, you guys, but it's okay. All right. Now, I'm still reading it for what it is. I just feel like whatever is taking place or whatever has taken place since this sacral chakra candle has burned is bringing about major change and movement, swift movement, rapid movement, spontaneous movement, as it relates to family dynamics, relationship dynamics, your roots, your legacy. I feel like a lot of things that you have been looking for or asking about is going to be coming somehow through your family or your roots. With the Scorpio being the animal, it's the animal for me. Like, to be a spiritually animalistic individual, like, you got to really be going hard. But what I'm getting is a lot of rebirth, transformation, a lot of compulsive and manipulative energies. However, there is very much potency as well as willpower. Listen, the sexual and sensual energies are heavy. And it's funny because, like, I've been seeing a lot of it. So I know I'm not out my mind. But use that to your advantage if you're one who knows how to tap into the tantric aspect of your being. That is when we learn how to integrate our sexuality with our spirituality, okay? Bring in a nice blend of the both so as to not feel as if we're having them compete one against the other, but really learning how to work with them together to really, really do things, manifest things. Like, y'all think that sex magic isn't real, and it is. Anything other than trying to bring a lot of healing and bear fruit is just mutual masturbation between consenting adults. Okay, Yeah, I said it. All right. So let's see what the energy cards are saying for us. I like the way they look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love the way they look. It's the colors for me. This is giving me root chakra. I haven't even really seen, but just based on the color pattern. Which we're going to be doing next is the root chakra in the Do We Live chakra series. We tend to go with what we know, yet if we forego the tendency to stay low, we can vibrate higher into our true desire. It's the bars, okay? And so bring awareness to your learned behaviors. How often do you know? How often do you do what you know over what you want? Sounds like comfortable energy to me. And you know, sometimes that can get you to a place where you're operating and living from a low vibrational energy. Pay attention to that. But it's funny because I legit was just talking about that. And an example subset of that could be how you're comparing yourself to others. Stop that. Okay. So this is the next one. Throat chakra energy giving me vibes with the blue. Thinking too much. Thinking too much is the question. Pregunta. Thinking too much. We all tend to... I hate retrograde. It really fucks with my speech. Okay, so thinking too much, we all tend to. Did I make this up or is it true? Projection or premonition? There is a distinction we tend to be missing. Intuition whispers in stillness, just listen. So bring awareness to the difference between thoughts and intuition. And can you recognize the difference between the two? I get this a lot. So, you know, it's intuitive when one or two things are lighting up the most. You'll know that you know that you know without a shadow of a doubt. There's never going to be any question about it if it's coming from your third chakra. Your third eye chakra, Ajna. If it's coming from your intuitive home of the solar plexus, you're going to always need to trust that gut feeling, because that gut feeling over your rational mind or over your mind is always going to be 100% accurate. So that is what I tell people. That's how you know the significant difference. Is because if it is your third eye, you will know without a doubt. It ain't going to be it's going to be like, I know it. That's that energy giving me clear cognizant, clairvoyant energy. You're gonna know that you know, period. But if there is ever a disconnect or you're confused, go with that gut feeling. That gut feeling is gonna be warm. It's not gonna be, putting energies of fear. You're gonna know that something is telling you, okay, trust what I'm feeling here. Can't go wrong. All right, so, and solar plexus energy, this is how we're doing it. So heavy on the intuition and needing to trust that intuition. The solar plexus and the sacral chakra work hand in hand with each other. Usually because with them being as close as they are, if one is off, one might be flowing, but it's very rare that they're both flowing, harmoniously. You got to really, really, really be operating from a place of knowing who you are with confidence. And that can happen. I'm just saying for those of us who may be a little more imbalanced or overactive or underbalanced or underactive rather. This one, I can't really see it because it's so light, but I like it. It's the pinks and yellows. Trust is a must. Do it or bust. Bloom open wide with the knowledge inside. The essence is the aroma that leads you home. Bring awareness to your intuition. Do you find yourself trusting or not trusting it? Yeah, again. I also feel like if there is some home dynamics that is creating chaotic shifts, like if shit is just crazy happening as it relates to certain relationships, whether this is intimate, whether this is work, or whether this is family, you need to trust what you're being shown. All right. So heavy energy, like all the fixed signs, that would include yours truly with this aqua energy. Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio energy. Maybe heavily, significant signs or energies at play. You guys may feel a lot of this energy that is happening with Pluto and all of that. Retrograde is here. It's just so much shifting and happening, but it has to, because we're expanding. The collective is expanding. All right, what else are they showing us in the energies to come from this spiritual career? That is so funny. I've been talking about that. All right, so how are you not trusting how you're being guided as it relates to your spiritual gifts, abilities, and experiences? Self-discipline. And know that it takes discipline, it takes dedication, it takes practice to become better, to be, it's just like going to school. Like, you gotta do it every day, okay? Creativity. A lot of you will be having some things you need to share. You need to discipline yourself about sitting down to allow yourself to get creative. Inner child energy, heavy. I was about to say middle child. Some of you may be the middle child. Some of you may need to work with if you are a parent and have a middle child. Some of you need to work with them to create. You have roots here, you have legacy. There is something here about what it is we're going to be moving into, from bringing healing to our sacral chakra, that is going to allow us to manifest more of the things that will not only help us at a personal level, but will allow us to share and be a blessing to others. Wealth. They said wealth. A change in the wind. There it is. Yeah. Buy the book. Alright. I'm always doing this because I get it differently from how loyal hearts in reverse. I'm actually going to read the protection message for that. But I'm going to get it because, again, it's bringing me back to home life energies. I told y'all, some of these relationships that y'all dealing with is in topsy motherfucking turvy, okay? So part of this is you needing to move. It's time to let go of certain situations. Now, I'm not saying like, break up your home or anything like that. But what I mean is, if there is a situation that you and your significant other or spouse, partner, whatever it is that you put a title to, your intimate counterpart, if there is a pressing matter that needs resolving or resolution, I'm feeling very much that Spirit is saying it's time to let this go. You're holding on to it, and for what? Because where is it getting you? This might be the aggressive energy coming through with Scorpio. And I get it. Maybe some of you are trying to be in energy where you're trying to do things by the book as it relates to relationships, because that's what this read is about, right? Even at work, you're trying to do it by the book. But how I'm hearing Spirit say is you can't do it by the book. By the book is how you're being led. How you're being led. Stop following the leader and be the leader. Okay? But there's definitely a change, which is why you're being called to discipline yourself as it relates to your own creative abilities. Because whatever this is that you're trying to birth is something that they've already agreed with you in the universe, in the spirit, your divine team. Whatever it is that resonates for you and with you at a soul level, that, yeah, we want to see this. Because, again, I heard wealth. I do feel as though, in the same respect, that what you may feel is a crumbling is really a blessing in disguise. This is being protected, protecting your heart, because it's enough weight, it's enough loss, it's enough grief. Okay? Don't be dismayed because who you thought or what you thought wasn't it. All that glitter wasn't gold. That's how I'm getting it. Someone is not. These are some. This honey. The hoes ain't loyal. Okay. Okay. The hoes ain't loyal. That's what they said. I mean, you know, I'm just a messenger. These hoes ain't loyal. And that goes for men and women, all right? Because men can be hoes too. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, all right? So, loyal heart was in reverse. The protection message says, are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea? Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? I told y'all, somebody, let that shit go. Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. I just said it's betrayal. I just said these hoes want loyal. Y'all, honey, tune in. All right. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. I'm telling you, I heard wealth. That's what I heard. So, you know, you take what resonates. If it don't, that's okay. Let what does do. All right, self-care. How are we being called to nurture and mother ourselves or father ourselves? Just love ourselves, okay? Read. I feel like I'm looking at her and she seems puzzled because you're looking for an answer. You want a solution. Read. There may be something that you're being guided, whether this is a literal book, a blog. I'm not even gonna read, but I'm just hearing messages. Maybe it's a podcast, but there is communication here, despite retrograde. But yeah, and I'm also hearing, honey, they said read the room. Read the room. So energetically read your environment and the people that you're around. Pay attention to what you're reading. Because not everything you're reading is good for you. Eat too as well. In the same regard, they're saying everything that is not good for you. Yeah. Intuition. Heavy on intuition for me. Embody it. Like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid? That you'll be right? Are you afraid of success? How great is your fear and doubt of failure? Like, what are you doing? Trust how you're being led. Trust how you're being guided. Trust how they're coming through with the messages that it's time to let it go. Yeah, because they already showed you that somebody won't bore you. Plan a vacation, honey. Honey, they talking to me. Okay. In my last story, I legit said, like, I need a vacation. It was just Monday, and I was already tired for the week. Okay? Yeah, let's do that. But to the rest of you, you may already be, maybe you're worried about vacation plans. I feel like I'm hearing them say it's going off without a hitch. You will be going. To the rest of you, it may just be time to take a retreat. For a lot of you, the timeout is over. The timeout is over. And a lot of the complex energies, I feel like, has been cleaned up. And your ancestors are working with you so you can heal, because there is this rebirth occurring with this sacral chakra candle. Okay? So let me know in the comments how this resonate for you. I appreciate you always. Y'all know I like to keep it easy and breezy. But yeah, definitely let me know how that works out. If it resonated, you know. If it didn't, that's okay. Let me know. Give me some feedback. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember what I said at the beginning of this message. A lot of that actually even came through today's message. Okay? So if you're going to be comparing yourself, compare yourself from the old new you to the new you. Yeah. Do it that way.